Pizza outside and then bring yourself back in. Eat your pizza outside and then bring yourself back in. We're looking forward to starting on time. Is this for you?
For opening words.
Okay, good.
Is it in your way?
No.
I mean, it's okay. Okay.
Okay, folks. Okay, everybody, we've got 2 minutes. Should we start early? All right, hold up your blue slip if you would please. And Mike is going to count you. I don't have my blue slip. Oh, well. And how many do we have online? 4. That's 120, and we have 6 proxies, that's 126. Did you get the people behind you too? Okay, we have enough for our meeting, but not enough for our trust fund vote. So we will go forward with everything except for the trust fund motion. So welcome everybody. I am your president for a little bit longer. My name is Carol Birch, and thank you so much for being here for our congregational meeting. The first thing we're going to do is approve the agenda. And before we approve the agenda, I forgot to put the transition team statement on the agenda, so I'd like to ask us to approve an amended agenda, including a statement from the transition team right before the statement from the board. May I have a motion to approve the agenda? Martha Cooley moves. And Debu, do you second? Debu Dasgupta seconds. Do we have any discussion? Oh, sorry. No, hearing no discussion. On this particular motion, we will vote here. On all the other motions, we will vote online, and Polly will give you instructions about the voting after we finish the agenda. So all in favor of approving the agenda, say aye. All opposed, say nay. The agenda is approved. I'd like to turn it over to our minister now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kalani Kachela. I have our opening words from Annie Dillard. We are here to abet creation and to witness to it, to notice each other's beautiful face and complex nature, so that creation need not play to an empty house. That's Annie Dillard.
Thank you, Dr. XK. Our next item on the agenda is to assign a parliamentarian, and we have assigned Paul Homburg as parliamentarian. Our next item on the agenda is to approve the minutes from our last meeting in May of 2024 and our meeting in November of 2024. Sherry, would you like me to ask for the motion, or would you like to do it? Okay. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the May 2024 meeting? Is that Jessica Latimer? May I have a second? Claudia Glass? And again, we will vote on those motions electronically by a ballot that'll go out soon after this meeting. Our next item of business is the budget. Donna, would you like to present the budget? All you have to do is say, can we have a motion? Okay. The budget was sent out with the call to the congregational meeting, and I hope everybody looked at it. Can we have a motion to approve the budget for 25-26? Let's see, Catherine Purrs moves, and John Baldersack seconds. Thank you, John. Next, we have our leadership slate review, and Lito, would you please present that?
So we have a slightly amended slate from what was sent out with the call, which we now have up on screen now. Can you hear me all right? All right. So everyone has seen it up there. Can we have a motion to accept the amended leadership slate for 2025-26? And Kathy Marston, is there a second? Arliss is seconding. Thank you very much.
Next, we have and again, we'll vote on that after the meeting.
Next up, we have the slate for the Settled Ministerial Search Committee. Personally, I want to thank the entire congregation for your patience and participation as we spent about 2 months pestering people for names to consider. So this was quite the long process, and I feel very excited about this list, and they will be tasked with our sacred duty of finding our next settled minister. So can I get a motion to accept the Settled Ministerial Search Committee nominees? I'm sorry? Shami Anhold, thank you. And a second? John Paul Gilbert, thank you very much.
Thank you, Lito. We're going to skip the trust fund for endowment and go on to share the plate nominees. Felice Barrow, if you would come up.
Hello. I guess I'm just going to give you the names, but where can they read about them?
You can read more information about the nominees, the Share the Plate nominees, in the call to the congregational meeting that was sent out by Mary.
Okay. Or you can ask me. But the first one is American Indians in Texas at the Spanish colonial missions. And they are the people their people had this land here that we're on for 8,000 years. So we're trying to help them. CASA is a Child Advocates of San Antonio, Family Violence and Prevention Services, Fiesta Youth, Free Battered Texas Women, Interfaith Welcome Coalition, PFLAG, Roy Moss Youth Alternatives, San Antonio Youth Literacy Reading Buddies, and SATX Inner City Development. So
The recurring ones are not listed.
These are just the ones we vote on. U doesn't get voted on because it's already recurring. They are recurring.
But these,
So you'll vote on 6 of these for the other 6 months. Thank you, Felice. Can we have a motion to, no, we don't. We vote on these at on the electronic ballot. Thank you. Okay.
So immediately after the service, or within an hour, our congregational administrator, Mary Wright, will send out an email with the link to all eligible voting members. So all voting will take place online. Each of the motions that we discussed today, with the exception of the trust fund, there'll be a separate vote for each one of those. For the Share the Plate nominees, it'll have a multi-select option to select 6 of the 10 organizations that are listed. You may only select 6. If you select more than 6 organizations, your response for that item will be invalidated. So please make sure to select 6 only. For members who share the same email address at their household, it is okay to use the same link, but these individuals and everyone else should enter their name at the bottom of the online form because we'll be validating membership of the eligible voting members. Your ballot must be submitted before midnight tonight. If you have any difficulty, if you do not see the link in your email after about an hour after you depart, you may contact Mary Wright at the office or me, Polly Noel. Oh, and at the end of the ballot, please don't forget to hit the submit button because that is what registers your responses, and you should get a confirmation email. Any questions about any of that? Yes, if you only, yes, you may vote for fewer than 6. Good question. Any other questions? Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, I'd like to ask Bill Bush to come up for the transition team.
Hi, everybody. I am here to issue a brief statement of apology on behalf of the transition team, whose members are raise their hands out in the audience with you. And so this is framed in the form of an apology to the board. We would like to acknowledge the depth of the board's service on a myriad of initiatives. We're all volunteers, and being on the board is a big job. We see that each of you has the church and its people in your heart, and that you put much effort and personal energy into your work and our relationships. As we, the transition team, reflect on our interactions with the board as a board over the past few months, there are some things we regret and would do differently. First, we did not see clarity about who could and could not share regarding the processes that the board, the minister, and our team were going through. There was a discrepancy there in terms of confidentiality versus transparency. You asked for our help, and we did not remedy that situation in a timely way. This put you in a difficult position of not being able to address congregants' questions and concerns. They were not hearing your perspective on the process. Secondly, it would have been courteous and inclusive to have gotten your input on our team's annual report before publishing it. There were items you were already working on that we could have edited to acknowledge. This could have prevented some confusion and upset. Furthermore, there were recommendations that needed to be gone over together with core leadership before sharing them widely. We allowed the deadline for the task to get in the way of right relationship. Third, there were times that due to time constraints, we did not communicate amongst ourselves efficiently enough, and that held up processes. We were also sometimes working in isolation and realized that we need to have more conversations with you so that there can be fewer surprises and a more collaborative relationship. While we do feel that working through conflicts is a part of the work of beloved community, we are saddened by extra work or emotional labor that our errors have cost you individually or as a unit. We acknowledge that we've had a lot to learn in our role as transition team members. We look forward to working on even the difficult issues in a more collaborative manner. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. My dear beloved community, we have all acknowledged our miscommunications, but we, the board, come to you now to express our sincere apology to the congregation, to Dr. XK, and to his wife, Tamara, for the turmoil of March and April related to the board's appraisal of the ministry, which led Dr. XK to feel he could not accept the board's offer to extend his contract. We are profoundly sorry. We have learned from this experience, and we look forward to working with Dr. XK in the coming year. Thank you. I'd like to ask Polly to come up next.
Thank you all for being here today. When we started this new year, many in the congregation were apprehensive about the pending changes. Reverend Mark, Reverend Nell left at the end of last year, and people were wondering what would become of our congregation. And I'm happy to say that with the assistance of two wonderful search committees, we obtained 2 new leaders for our congregation, Reverend XK and Tim, as our Director of Lifespan Religious Education. And what a wonderful addition they've been to our congregation, bringing new perspectives and new energies for us and helping us to move forward into the future. Early in the fall, we had another transition, and we were delighted to have Mary Wright return to us as our congregational administrator, which has been, I think, a wonderful addition to the church. And with our new minister, our new director of Lifespan Religious Education, we are going forward with our tradition of very varied and inspirational services that are thought-provoking. And of course, our very wonderful inspirational music program that you all witnessed this morning. And I really feel that this is the most diverse, exciting music program we've ever had. And membership with our new minister, our new DLRE, our membership is growing. And as long as we continue to be there for each other in good times and in times of sorrow, we can show that this is an increase in membership that will be more than just the Trump bump we saw in 2016. And our lifespan religious education program. I can't say enough for our fantastic program. And of course, it's wonderful having a congregation that's known for the size of its childhood religious education program enrollment. And what has been particularly exciting this year is to see our young parents become more fully immersed within our congregational life, taking on leadership roles. And that's not just something that benefits their children, but it benefits our congregation as a whole. Leadership development. Going backwards, I'm sorry. I want to especially thank the wonderful work done by our Leadership Development Committee. I was thrilled to see that they have reinstituted our committee fairs, engaging new members and getting them more involved in our committee work, and doing such a wonderful job on our leadership slate this year, as well as the Ministerial Search Committee. And then, of course, our Social Justice Committee. They have always been a source of pride for our congregation, but this year, under the leadership of Janet Riolini and Mary Barad, they have brought inspiration to new members in the face of new and ongoing threats to our liberties. And then we have so many other exciting things that are going on, including the renovation of our fellowship hall. The exterior work will be completed in about 4 more weeks. The total project is online to be completed in early August. Late August. So please keep your ears open for a grand reopening that we will have in September. And then finally, I can't say enough for the many people who have worked so hard this year to stabilize our finances, including our reinvigorated stewardship committee. And again, I can't thank the young parents in membership who joined the stewardship committee this year and brought fresh ideas, new talents to really get the message across about the importance of stewardship at First UU. I also want to give a special shout out to our treasurer, Donna Pereira, who has worked tirelessly to go through our accounts, to update them, and with the assistance of Mary Wright, our wonderful church administrator, to make some needed corrections. As a board member, I can't tell you how confident I am going into the new church year, knowing that our accounts are accurate, and we have a lot to be thankful for the hard work they put in. I also want to give a special shout out to Arliss Olson. For so long, she has been a tireless advocate for our long-term financial stability at First U. And she has worked so hard imploring people to support the trust fund. And I can't thank her enough. And also, she has done almost single-handedly so much work in trying to build up our legacy society in terms of getting people to commit to leaving First UU in their long-term giving plans. And thank you, Arliss. So I just want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for being engaged. Thank you for caring about this congregation. With everyone being engaged, with everyone working to make First UU the best we can be, we have so much to look forward to in the future, and we can do it with your help. Thank you.
Thank you, Polly. Now we'll have Dr. XK deliver our closing words.
Well, thank Carol for her great leadership this year, and to Polly also for her great leadership and for her upcoming leadership. I do want to say I appreciate the apology and accept it on behalf of my wife, who I think stepped out, but also want to express my own apology for missteps or miscommunications that contributed to the conflict and the turmoil. And also to thank the transition team for all their hard work navigating these difficult meetings and times that we've worked with the board. But all the success here really couldn't get done if it weren't for the great staff. So I do want to lift up Mary and Tim and Susan and all the supporters on the sound and those who keep this campus going. So can we show them some love for their work? This has been the shortest congregational meeting I've ever been to. I had all but forgotten about the Trump bumps. So hopefully we'll have some bumps that aren't related to Trump in the coming years and months. Our closing words are from John Brigham and from our wonderful hymnal. He writes, "Go your ways, knowing not the answers to all things, yet seeking always the answer to the one more thing than you know." So I say, go in peace, share your love, and bring more of Unitarian Universalism to the world and those that you encounter. Amen. And thank you all for being here.
One more thing. We have 6 proxies. Okay, so that's, but I counted the proxies. We were at 126. So we need 138. We needed 12 more. You have 136. Okay, then real fast. Okay, we have a change, a very small change to the trust fund for endowment document. And that is the language in red. It's added to the language, the provision that you see there and it's just asking that, if possible, an amount equal to the prior fiscal year's budget will be left in the trust fund unless emergencies dictate otherwise, in the case of the board making a request for withdrawal from the trust fund, okay? And so may I have a motion to approve the language, the proposed language? Yes, sir. David Fagus, motion to approve. A second? Bonnie Pope, a second. And again, we will vote on that when the electronic ballot goes out. Thank you for catching us. And by the way, y'all, I forgot to tell you, I really appreciate the board this year, and I thank them so much for their service. So I forgot to say that. Now we're adjourned.